This game is boss.
Neo. 4 white buttons and 2 joysticks. Neo. Cool red cabin and name that stick. Neo. 4 white buttons and 2 joysticks. Neo. Cool red cabin and name that stick.
Hey guys, it's me, the Neo Geo Fanatic, and I want to explain something to you guys before we actually get to this review. Some of you guys might not know what a dream match is. Basically, a dream match is a bunch of unlikely characters from different universes colliding in one game, or one scenario. Basically, here's a good example. Super Smash Bros. You have a bunch of Nintendo characters that don't fit with one another, like Pokemon with Mario with Zelda, all in one game. That's a good example. Super Smash Bros. Also, Capcom Fighting Evolution was a dream match too. A very crappy dream match. I hate that game. It's like a really poorly made Mugen. But this time around, we're going to look at a game that came out in 1998 called King of Fighters 98. Ta-da! King of Fighters 98 is a perfect example of a dream match. You have a bunch of characters that died out in the Orochi saga, which spanned from 1994 to 1997. A lot of characters died out, but are in King of Fighters 98. Here's a few examples. Rugal in King of Fighters 95 ended up self-destructing. Totally blew up. In 1996, Mature and Vice, Rugal's ex-secretaries, ended up getting slaughtered by Yori Yagami. And in King of Fighters 97, the Orochi team ended up committing suicide to resurrect the great god Orochi, who is a 8-headed snake demon from hell. They met their end too. But in King of Fighters 98, they all come back to fight each other in an ultimate dream match. I would say that Mortal Kombat Trilogy is very similar to King of Fighters 98 in the dream match aspect. So we're going to take a brief look at all the renditions and get to the review of King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Enjoy. So the first game that started it all is King of Fighters 98 for the Neo Geo. And the intro song sounds really familiar. I'm thinking a little bit Aerosmithy. Nah, on second thought, it was just the first few seconds that sounded a little bit like Aerosmith's Walk This Way. The rest sounds like King of Fighters should sound. So here's the old school character select screen, and as you can see, there's tons of freaking characters. More characters than any other fighting game back in the day. It was mind-blowing, and it's stacked. This game has it all. The graphics might look dated nowadays, like, this is silly, it looks all pixelated. Well, screw you, it's not about pixels, it's about fun. And KOF really had a lot of fun, especially in 98. In 1999, Sega Dreamcast released their version of the game, King of Fighters 99 Dream Match. And it is basically King of Fighters 98 with a really kick-ass opening. An anime opening, and it is so cool seeing Kyo and Yori Yagami kick each other's asses in an alleyway. So beast. And finally, we have this really cutesy version of King of Fighters 98 called King of Fighters Round 2 for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. And oh my god, the cutesiness is just too much. All the characters look like little kids, even bearded characters. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Basically, it's an ultra chibi version of King of Fighters 98. Then later on, for the PS2, there was a release called the King of Fighters Collection Orochi Saga. And it had King of Fighters 98 on it, but I have to tell you, this game has more bugs than ants. One of the greatest aspects of King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match is the characters. Well, you're probably wondering, why is just the characters the best part of the game? Well, since the game doesn't have a storyline, there's not too much to focus on except the characters. And this game had the biggest roster of any fighting game back in the day. It is totally packed, tons of characters, and they're not Street Fighter 2 ripoffs either. I hate when people say, oh, King of Fighters is a ripoff of Street Fighter. I'm like, fuck you, no they aren't. But basically, the characters make this game awesome, the movesets are incredible, and it is ultimate fan service. 98 Ultimate Match. Damn straight. I mean, look at this shit. Look how many characters there are. And you can't tell me that this game is lacking anything because it is so freaking boss. Look at that. Another thing worth mentioning is the presentation is just epic. Everything is so cool, everything is so cleaned up, and it gives the full names of each character when they're introduced, and a little intro that KOF's famous for, and it's good, it's really good. Plus another thing they did in this game was, if you look at the backgrounds, there's a 3D element to it. SNK Playmore put a lot of time and effort behind this, and kudos to them. It is fun. It is just a fun game, and look at that shit. Boom! In your face, Goro. Another thing I really love about it is, you can see your teammates in the background supporting you throughout the match, and that's something they should have never got rid of. And here's more of the awesomeness that is the whole presentation. Everything is set up like a giant tournament. Like you have a roster set up. Oh my god, I have to fight Kasumi Todo. She is brand new to this, and she hasn't premiered in KOF since 1996. And it's nice to see Kasumi back, she is so cute. But that's besides the point. We're just gonna kick her ass. Miss Aikido Babe here. Live channel, 1, 2, 3. So freaking cool. And if you listen to Kasumi Todo's music, it is totally original, remixed, and it is really cool. Yeah. Too bad that Aikido doesn't beat Purple Flames too easily. Enjoy. One other thing that makes this game great is the gauge system. They call it Ultimate Match because they have a gauge in this game called the Ultimate Gauge, where you can actually customize how your character plays in battle. When it comes to the power stocks, when it comes to the dodging, the rolling, you can actually customize it to the bone on this game. So here is the gauge system. You could choose a dash or step, your evasion type, avoiding or urgent, or power gauge, advanced or extra. One big difference in King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match is at the end of the game you have 3 bosses that you can randomly fight at the end instead of 1. In King of Fighters 98 all you have is Rugal to fight. In King of Fighters Ultimate Match you have Rugal, Gonitz, and Orochi. Pretty awesome, and depending on what criteria you meet in the game determines which boss you'll fight at the end. Love the variety. One thing I almost forgot to include is, as a sub-boss you fight the boss team. It is Mr. Big, Wolfgang Krauser, and Geese Howard. It is a crazy fight because these guys are freaking tough. Like, they are tough as nails. And, I mean, look at me struggling against Geese Howard here. It's freaking insane. Now things have just got freaking real. the criteria that I met showed me the boss that I have to fight, Leopold Gonitz. And many agree that Leopold Gonitz is the hardest SNK boss ever, or at least in the King of Fighters series. He is a cheap bastard with his tornadoes and his teleporting. So, enjoy the final round. I will show you me kicking his ass with my team. The Savior team, Kyo, Iori, and Chizuru. Let's do it. So now Gonitz is dead. He is freaking fried. And one really awesome thing is when you complete the game, depending on which characters you pick, you get a special picture. There's the 3 Divine Vessels team. Great game. Awesome game. This is my favorite dream match from King of Fighters and SNK. King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited match is okay, but this is a lot better. Now, they did release this on the Xbox 360 as well, however, it is way inferior compared to this. I mean, the Xbox 360 version, the dialogue, like the win quotes, are all in Japanese. It's like, come on, I'm American, I want to read English, derp. Also, I want to bring up the fact that this game looks dated. You know, it's an older game. They didn't really enhance the graphics much. But if you're so worried about graphics and saying, oh, it has to be high definition, the pixels have to be non-existent, then screw you, seriously. Do you play Mario? Do you play Super Mario for the graphics? No, you don't. Do you play Minecraft, which is a modern game, for the graphics? No, you don't. So, graphics do not matter. It's gameplay, characters, and awesomeness that matters. Neo Geo Fanatic signing out. Take care.